What's happening, everybody? Got a good little video for you here. Proves my point on a lot of things, why I'm out there doing what I'm doing. It's on this cop, Gilford. He actually admits, you got to listen to the conversation I had with him, because he admits, you know, that crimes are rare around these parts, which is in Gilford, New Hampshire. So basically I told him we don't, you know, the people don't need police if, you know, all they're going to do is pull people over and extort money out of them. And he didn't really like that, but check this out. You know, it only proves a point. You know, cameras don't lie, so make sure you check this out. Leave your comment on it. Let me know what you think about it, and let's get on. Let's get into it. Alright, people, we're in Gilford still, and this cop's parked here. Let's see if he's giving out any tickets today. This is the guy that arrested that guy earlier. Got a good sticker over there.
How can I help you with, sir?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, not too much, man.
Not much. I'm just hanging out with you.
Okay.
Seeing you sitting over here, I figured I'd come hang with you.
Hey, fair enough. Were you the one up on Harbor Freight as well?
Harbor Freight. Where you guys just arrested somebody?
Yep, the guy had a warrant, so...
Yeah. Yeah, it was a shitty warrant from what I heard, you know. Something with his lawyer screwed up or something. Someone screwed up.
Yeah, but...
When's the last time you arrested somebody for an actual crime? Like an assault and battery that happened in front of you, or, you know, someone breaking into a car, or...
That stuff is pretty rare, but...
That's what I'm saying. You guys ain't needed out here. You know what I mean? There's a shitload of you guys out here. They send you out here to get money off the people by pulling them over with stupid infractions. You know what I mean? What you guys stand for out here is, you know, violation of the Fourth Amendment. 150% all the way, because you guys are obtaining IDs, running them through your data system, checking them for warrants. That's the first thing you do. You don't, you know, you didn't run an ID because, you know, this guy called you and he's injured. First you run his name for a warrant, and then you take care of his injury part. I know this. I've seen it.
Have you ever been a law enforcement officer?
I've seen it. No, but I film you guys, and I got over, you know, close to 1,000 videos, right?
Videos.
And videos don't lie. You know what I mean? The way I'm not saying you yourself. You just work for these guys, right? You got to go by their policies and rules and regulations, right? I'm just telling you what the people see you out here as. Period. You know what I mean? You're sitting here. It's cool. You're invisible for everybody to see, right? You're keeping the traffic down and stuff, right? But your determination of when you move this car to pull somebody over is in your mind. What you think isn't right. You know what I mean? But I mean, I understand it. You know, safety is the first thing on the road, right? Actually, your job as a police officer to, you know, arrest people for crimes, not pull people over for infractions and extort money out of them through tickets through the state
I mean,
with legislation.
there's a range of
Well, I'm just
but-
giving you the point of view of
I get
the
that.
citizen, okay?
I get that.
Every cop's gonna say the same shit because you got to do what you got to do, and that's that. You know what I mean? And I say like this to people. I tell all my viewers this: don't break the law. Don't give you guys, you know, the artillery to pull you over, and everything's
it's not like we're
great.
stopping cars for no reason.
You know what I mean?
There's always there's always a reason. For
You know,
it. I mean,
I've seen it done,
Okay.
like Hogan. I
Officer
put up a
Hogan?
video on her, 37,000 views, right? She was real ignorant to me.
Yeah,
I asked her name and badge number. She told me she didn't have a badge number. That was the first video. Now when I run into her, a little better, but she still got an attitude. You know what I mean? You guys have to be pleasant with the public. You know, unless you are called to a scene where this guy just beat the bag out of his girlfriend or shot somebody, you know, and then you go in and be aggressive. But other than that, man, you know, the younger cops are usually more respectful towards the public, but you still got your orders from, you know, the higher ups when you leave the station in this vehicle, and you know you're going out patrolling. You know, like I said, actual crimes, there's really no actual crimes. The police are there to extort money from the public, period. You know what I mean?
I mean that's your opinion.
Well,
Obviously, which you're entitled to have.
Yeah, absolutely,
That's-
absolutely. It's my opinion. Well, it's actually fact with all my videos that I got. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And if you and you
I
say
don't
you,
know if it's a fact in Gilford. I can't say for other departments, but
well,
or other towns.
I get all
states,
kinds
but-
of comments
Oh, yeah?
about Gilford, and I ain't really got many videos on Gilford. You know what I mean? That's why I'm out here right now. I'm out here actually. I was out here yesterday, and she was playing cat and mouse with me. I was
so
parked
Hogan was?
over. Hogan. I was parked over there because she knows my car. I was parked over there. She was parked here, so I left, and I went to another spot where I could still see her, and I sat there for like 15 minutes, and she didn't move. So I put my video on. I started telling people what was going on.
Yeah.
Then this female cop, I was out with my sister one day, and we drove by this road about 8 times in that day. And out of the 8 times, 5 times, she had somebody pulled over. Okay, come on.
She gets
People
after
ain't,
it.
people ain't that bad, you know what I mean? And so I decided that I'm going to jump in my own car and go see what's going on with this female cop, you know what I mean? And I caught her here. She was over there. I pulled in.
Yeah.
I was going to park my car, kind of hide it, and then go talk to her. But as soon as I was pulling in to hide my car, she pulled out. So, of course, I continued out. Guy came through here. The blue lights went on right about right here, right around this little bend right here.
Okay.
I seen the blue lights go on, so I said, "Oh, okay, beautiful."
Prime time?
Yeah. She pulled them over there on the road going down to the airport.
Yeah.
I parked my car up the street, walked down. All I wanted to see, you know, I just wanted to ask a couple questions. I've seen you pull over 5 people today. You know what I mean? Is that what you're out here doing? Just pulling people over, randomly pulling people over, whether it's, you know, they rode through a stop sign or, you know, they went through a light and it turned yellow halfway through. You know what I mean? What is, and she didn't want to answer. She was very ignorant. So watch the video. I mean, I just make them and put them out there for the people, you know?
Okay, that's fair.
In my beginning videos, I was a real asshole and a prick to you guys. You know what I mean? Because where I come from, that's how I grew up. Them cops were real shitbags. So as I made my videos and I dealt with cops from, you know, different states and whatnot, and you know, public officials and the capacity, I found out, and I'm finding, and I'm still working on it, right? I'm trying to be cordial with every cop that I have an interaction with, but it's like some of these cops out here, you know, it's like I said, the younger cops have more respect for people, right? But you still got your job, right? You got a bad sticker, you got to pull them over, right?
300 to 323. Correction, 323. Be advised en route for a fire alarm activation at 154 Belknap Point Road.
Go check it out. That might be the crime you're looking for.
Hey, who knows?
And
Who knows?
actually be, you know, that's what a police officer is, right?
Yeah.
He's not his description ain't to go out there and pull people over and extort money from the public. Actually, we pay your salary to begin with our taxes, right?
But aren't you
There's-
from Mass? Like, do you live in Mass?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm from Mass, but I mean, it's throughout the whole country. The taxes go to the police station, you know what I mean? Some of them. Not all of them, but a big chunk of them. And then you depend on, you know, other resources to get money in, like pulling people over. You go have a good day, and I'm going to be around here.
Okay. Okay.
And like I said, you can tell Officer Hogan, she did a little better this interaction we had, but she's still got to work on it, man.
yeah?
She got to be more pleasant to the public, no matter if they're holding a phone or not.
Is it like
you know
her
what I mean?
attitude that you don't like, or like?
Yeah, she just like, oh, can I help? Like she's all about work. Like you know, she's like as serious as a heart attack all the time. Tell her to chill. She needs to chill. She needs to, like, you know, give people that chance, man. You know, like if they ask her something, answer the question. Like I believe it's your policy, you know, because not everybody can read. So you can have a name tag, and if I can't read, and I want to know your name, can I get your name and badge number? You should verbally say it to me. You know what I mean? With no problem. I mean, it's public records. I can get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's on.
You know what I mean?
Website.
It's so. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm out here doing this. The A1 community wants to see a change in the police station, in their policies and everything else. That we're working on a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The worst thing we're working on is everybody wants the qualified immunity abolished. Period. You know what I mean? Because then if you do something wrong, you're held responsibility as an individual. With qualified immunity, you can basically shoot somebody and it can be justified, and you walk away and you walk in the streets, you know, free man, not looking over your shoulder, knowing in your own mind that you shot and killed somebody, you know what I mean? But you're a free man, and that's what qualified immunity is. The best insurance in the world. It backs you right to the end until there's proof, camera, that what was said or you know, alleged against you is actually true, because of that camera's in place. And that's why a lot of people are going to start using the cameras, and everybody should, because everybody got a phone, right?
Yeah.
So any bad interaction can turn into a worse interaction if there's no camera. I don't care, you got a body cam.
Yeah.
You guys redact that shit. Believe me, I've got plenty of body cam, you know, from the police stations all over the United States, and you guys redact a lot of shit, you know what I mean? I don't redact nothing. You see my videos, they are what they are, real time. You know, especially if I'm live, but I'm not live right now. But you tell Officer Hogan, like I said, she's doing better, but she needs to chill a little more. Maybe, you know, go see a doctor, get some Xanax or something, or you know what I mean, and chill, because she's got a hair across her ass as a police officer, and as a female, even worse. You know what I mean? Because I think women are more pleasant than men, usually. You know, unless it's your old lady and she wants something and you don't want to give it to her, and then they can be crazy. But you be safe, and hopefully, you know, this ain't a real crime, and you're just taking a ride for nothing. And and what was your name and badge number?
Officer Barashev. We don't have a badge number, but my call sign is 323.
323. I appreciate that. Thank you. You too. Thank you. So yeah, he was the guy that arrested that guy up the way at Harbor Freight, which is Walmart. But they know I'm out here, so maybe they'll chill for the day on pulling people over for nothing. Peace.